I'm out here like Luke Skywalker, y'all. I'm like Luke when he was on horse. I got my Russian jump on. I done just shoveled out my car. Paid $1,400, get that back. Then had to shovel it out to get it out the gas station. Then had to come here shovel out a space to park my shit. As you see, our rental office was on the nut. Let me see. See if y'all can see. Didn't shovel out shit. No fucking roads done. This fucking ice rink of a parking lot I live in. And if the bad thing was the highway was like this too, and probably still is. So, Governor Larry Hogan and Prince George's County executives and everybody else involved in not protecting the residents of Prince George's County by stealing our tax money, overtaxing us, and distributing the wealth throughout the rest of the city, paying these racist motherfuckers to do nothing for us. Oh, shit. Hell nah. Hell nah. You saw I did the motherfucker Danielson crane kickstand. Man, hey, look, this what our tax money pay for, so these crackers cannot shovel none of the shit where we live at. This shit some bullshit. I saw the look on your face when I said it, youngin'. That's right, ain't it? They want us to go to work. They quick to take that tax money, but they ain't got to do shit for the money they take from us. It's bullshit. This shit. Look at this shit. They got the nerve to have permit parking and to tow you if you in the wrong spot, but won't open the spots up. The fuck out of here. Hey, man. They had the motherfucker plows running through here and won't clean out none of the parking spots. We got handicapped people and some more shit. This bullshit. But let you not give them no rent. These Pepperwoods be quick to try to throw you out. Come on now, huh? Let you be a day late on rent, these crackers be losing their mind, but you know it, Lou. Trying not to fall down these motherfucking steps. Fall down the steps and shit. Break your back falling down the motherfucking steps. You can't go to work, then they want to evict you. Nigga, that's not our fault. They gonna say, hey, that's not our fault, nigga. See, look. Y'all just see me slide again? Smash the light. Man, shouts out to Harvey and Professor Black Truth. They did great videos talking about white folks trying to claim minorities like the Irish, Italian, and shit of that nature. Oddly enough, I just seen that perpetuated in the liquor store across the street just a second ago when I was getting my money order for my rent. The Arab guy was calling, cussing out the state and cussing out the people who the liquor store owner was cussing out the people he pays rent to. And he was asking them, well, what, I don't gotta pay rent? And he was like, what? What you mean you ain't gotta pay rent? He said, well, y'all ain't shovel my driveway. It's hard for me to get clients in here. So do I not have to pay rent? And he was cussing out the property owners. And that was right. He should have. Because they should have had that shovel. But then he started talking about people don't want to go to work because they lazy, because they giving away money. I'm like, no. I said, no, that's bullshit. I said, dude, you can't be mad. I said, first of all, they stopped giving away extra money. They been stopped doing that. Secondly, I find it amazing that you think the problem is the government giving money to people who couldn't work instead of saying maybe you should pay more. You can't be mad at people for not coming to work if they making more money not working. You need to be talking about them cheap ass owners that don't pay enough. You want people to come to work? Pay a decent wage. And all the black people when they agree with me shut his Arab ass up. See? I'm crying about how bad your mother breath stink and how stupid your father was for having a little dumb bastard like you. I'm crying for the fact that you have a 1-inch penis. I'm crying for the fact that your mother looks like Ric Flair. I'm crying for the fact that these are all facts I'm crying about. I'm crying that you are a trailer park chocolate dyke hoe ass cracker. That's what I'm crying about. But as I was saying before, I was interrupted by stupid ass Peckerwoods, dumb ass niggas. Weezy, I'm about to do a poll, y'all. Y'all ready for that Weezy and Veezy podcast? Is y'all ready for that Weezy and Veezy basketball talk? We give the people what they want. He's established that, like me, he is a man of the people. And y'all know I love men of the people like myself. I can get along with another brother who's a man of the people. So shouts out to my man A Weezy Bang. Y'all go on and persuade him, because y'all know I had already thought of up the Weezy and Veezy podcast, where we take ballpark eaters to task. If you're eating the ballpark eaters nightmare, if I was eating ballpark, they just threw up their ballparks. When I said that, they start throwing up their ballparks. Ballparks were vomited all over the country. Ballparks were eaten all over the country. Will be getting thrown up. Michael Jordan might put some money against stopping us, because he knows I've been banging on his motherfucking head for 44 years. For 40 years, I've been for damn near 40 years. I've been riding on you ballpark eaters. I'm struggling. I just got my car, nigga, paid my rent, bought my other car back, dug 2 cars out the snow. You talk about something, I'm struggling. Nigga, you should struggle as good as me. You should see the 2 spots I dug out for my car, and you should see the spot for the dude I made. A black dude said he was trying to get his grandma out, so I took my shovel and dug his car. 'Cause, black dudes say, hey, look, mama. Black dude say, hey, V, man, my grandma. Serious dude say, hey, man, can I use your shovel? I was like, what's up? He was like, I'm trying to cut my grandma out. I said, give me a second, let me finish this. I'll be right over. And just cut him off the snow. Then I went to pick up my car. Then I went to pick up my car from my mechanic. Get him $1,400 walking over. He mad as shit at the governor. Like, he mad because he can't get there. White supremacy getting on everybody. The Arab man mad that can't nobody come to his business. The Asian man mad that can't no cars leave out. Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? Cowardice is at an all-time high. Cowardice is at an all-time high. You got niggas fake tough talking, trying to be internet gangsters. They stuck in Farmville, Steubenville, Ohio. These niggas is stuck. They stuck. Motherfucker. Ja Morant was killing last night. I mean, goddamn, Ja Morant was killing. Y'all saw that game? Y'all saw that game? Right, bitch. But these bitch niggas making threats and they can't even beat life. What make a sucker nigga think he bothers anybody when life is kicking your ass? It's simple shit. Like, life is kicking your ass. Yeah, Ja was fucking shit up. Do you know that the Grizzlies are 5-0 against the motherfucking Nets? They won the last 5 meetings against the Nets. They beat them 5 times in a row. And Ja Morant been there for most of them. So don't tell me, oh, well, they ain't had Kyrie. You know, Kyrie was there for some of them 5 ass whoopings too. So, did y'all see Jeff sent me some shit where Russell Westbrook said it's okay for him to turn the ball over and miss. Nigga, you had 5 assists and 9 turnovers. Where the fuck is that okay? Mm-hmm. When is that okay? But anyway. So, yeah, Russell Westbrook seriously said, yeah, Russell Westbrook bad as Antonio Brown. And let me tell you something. Quest X, God damn it. You just don't get it, do you? Stop caping for... Stop. Damn, Ticket even talked about it. Ticket can't even. Yeah, he's the Antonio Brown of the NBA. Yes, he has great talent, and there's no denying that. But just how stupid do a nigga gotta... This nigga has no wherewithal. This nigga say, hey, I can turn the ball up. Yeah, kick dude. Yeah, when he jumped up, hit him with the jump kick. Hey, Young, If y'all watch one of them 10 turnovers, right? 9 turnovers he had the other day. One of them turnovers was so bad when LeBron gave him the ball and he turned it over trying to throw it to Bradley. LeBron went and walked the other way. Jabari was laughing like shit. I said, look at LeBron, Jabari. Look at LeBron. He mad as shit. This shit is getting on LeBron last nerve. Oh, so y'all saw it too when LeBron. It's like all the air went out LeBron's body. Right. I wanted him gone too when he said winning don't matter. It don't matter if he win a championship or not. Yes, it did. Well, then you at the wrong team. What are you I'm beginning to think, is he really a Laker fan? Or was he really a Clipper fan and the Clippers? I'm beginning to look. Russell Westbrook I'm going to do conspiracy theories like everybody else. Russell Westbrook is a ballpark eater sent by Sir Ballpark to fuck up LeBron's legacy. I really believe that. I really believe Russell Westbrook, an undercover ballpark eater, sent by the Ballpark Foundation. He got sent by the Ballpark Foundation, the BPF. The Ball Foundation sent Russell Westbrook to sabotage LeBron's legacy. And you know it's true. Where A Weezy at? You know it's true. The BPF, the Ballpark Foundation. Look, that's motherfucker. I hear Shannon talking about him turning over now. I told you. Arby's coming up with a new dessert called the Russell Westbrook turnover. That junk gonna have all flavors. Let me get a Westbrook turnover. What flavor? How many he had last night? He had 5. Okay, let me get a pineapple, a grape, a cherry, a strawberry, and a raspberry turnover in honor of his 5 turnovers. Let me get that Russell Westbrook turnover. We're all out of Westbrooks. We're all out of Westbrook, sir. What? That's impossible. Shit, JJ, can you blame him? Can you fucking blame him? So y'all, shouts out to Mr. Superboy, Harvey Yourworld, because he did a video where he was talking about Irish people claiming that they was oppressed too, and they just joined right in with the oppressor, and he was spitting real facts. But during that video, he spoke about a case, y'all. He spoke about a case during that video that a lot of people did not know about, myself included. He spoke about a brother named Leonard Clark. All right. And that's what we're going to talk about. That's who we're going to talk about today. So we're going to talk about Leonard Clark. All right. Now, let me give you some of the rundown before I start reading. Let me get my roll up shit ready. So, let me give y'all a brief summary before I start reading. Smash the like or you are ballpark eating JDR. You have ball Parkinson's and you have JDR autism. Never trust a Negro with a blonde mustache and stop talking to me about a motherfucking idiot. Don't talk to me about no swirling idiot. We waste too much time talking about swirling idiots. That's my opinion on Antonio Brown. See, I don't go out of my way to talk about Antonio Brown because it's a waste of time. Part of me has got fed up on a job and walked off a job like that before. I have, where I felt like I was being disrespected and underappreciated, and I walked off a job like that. I've done that before. But that ain't my history. See, he does this all the fucking time. And that's the difference. Yeah, we know he a dumbass. That's why I'm getting on Quest a little bit, because Quest goes out of his way to try to defend him. I wonder if it was something more with you. No, it was nothing more. I wonder what else. No, it was nothing. I don't. I wonder why. You can't say that. Well, he wanted to reach his incentive. Well, they got another game left. Getting fired didn't help that. You had another game left. He had incentives he was trying to reach. Okay. So you quit. That helps you reach the incentives? Anyway. Let's talk about it. Leonard Clark. Yeah, that was dumb. Leonard Clark, y'all, was a 13-year-old black boy from Chicago who got caught in Burkesville, was it? And beaten. I'm shadow banned, oh Henry. You're never going to get a notification when I'm live. Nigga, I'm subscribed to me and don't get. I'm subscribed to me. I am subscribed to me and I don't get. Okay. For the last few days, a parade of politicians and preachers have made their way to the bedside. Listen, y'all. This was in 19 97, 96. For the last few days, a parade of politicians and preachers have made their way to the bedside of a comatose 13-year-old boy to pray for his recovery and for the city's soul. First of all, fuck the city's soul. The soul of Chicago? What you mean? What you mean? Church? And a storm of fists and feet. This in the Chicago Tribune. Leonard Clark was beaten into a coma by a pack of white teenagers as he rode his bike last Friday on the edge of Bridgeport, Illinois, a neighborhood known for producing mayors and racial hostility. Mayor Daley is from that. Racist Mayor Daley was from that racist ass neighborhood. According to the police, the teenagers bragged about keeping blacks out of the neighborhood. Concerned about your health, go drown yourself. There go Quest Brown, Antonio Brown. There go Quest X, Antonio Brown's biggest defender. Stop that shit. If you want somebody to side with a questionable black man because he hates Stephen A. Smith, Quest is your guy. If you want somebody to side with questionable black man because he hates Stephen A. Smith, Quest is your guy. Quest will make the book. Listen, if it's a black guy cooning and dyeing his mustache blonde, yeah, I'm concerned with your health too, Johnson & Johnson. So go drown yourself. That way you can be healthy. But why would you put that out there? Doesn't that look like a defense? When somebody makes a video, I wonder if it was more to what happened with Antonio Brown. Don't it look like he defending him? Don't it? Don't it? I'm just saying, to the naked eye. To the naked. You see that there? It's naked. It has on no clothes. Anyway, look, Quest, it's naked. Pause. Stop looking at my naked eyes. Well, it's not much more. Listen, I'm going to say this for the last time. Never cape for a nigga who dyes his mustache blonde. I don't fuck with anybody who put blonde anything in their head. Any black man dye they shit blonde, to me, I'm suspect. When the Charlos did it, notice we stopped liking the Charlos. Notice when soon as the Charlos put that blonde shit in their head, soon as Jerry Hurd put that blonde shit in his head, people stopped beating him up. Get that blonde, soon OBJ running around. Get that gay shit out your hair. Is proven to impede performance. This has been proven. Now, Quest, you late. We talking about Leonard Clark. We talk about Leonard Clark. Quest, I'm finished messing with you about that. Now listen. Now, in a storm of fists and feet, Leonard Clark was beaten into a coma by a pack of white boys as he rode his bicycle through Bridgeport, a neighborhood known for producing mayors and racial hostility. According to the police, the teenagers later bragged about keeping blacks out of the neighborhood. Now, I'm reading this story. A Weezy is in Chicago, right? Where A Weezy banging? I hope you in here, Weezy. I need to talk. I need Chicagoans in here on this discussion. I know I got a lot of Chicago subs. One thing this DC nigga knows. If I go to Chicago, I'm going to have some love. Hopefully they don't get shot, but I'm going to have some love. With this, I was watching Your World, Harvey Superboy channel, and he was doing a video talking about how Irish talk about they were minorities too, but they joined right in with the racism of the same people who were oppressing them, and we didn't do that, and how they turned out to be racist too. And he mentioned Leonard Clark. He mentioned it, but when he mentioned it, I wanted to learn more about it after he finished talking. So I read this story, and after y'all hear all of the details of the Leonard Clark story, y'all gonna be like, this cooning shit been happening for a long time. So listen, these are tense times in Chicago. This is 97 when this was written. The beating of Leonard came on the heels of another ugly but less serious racial incident 2 weeks ago. During a high school basketball game, dozens of students from a predominantly white Catholic normally means Irish or Italians. The two white groups who always like to claim some type of minority status within whiteness and also claim that they've been oppressed by WASPs, white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. They say that those white Anglo-Saxon Protestants have persecuted them and treated them just as bad, but they lifted themselves. No, bitch, you got the gift of whiteness and you joined in with them. The Catholic boys' school taunted players from a largely black school with chants of buckwheat. Officials from the Catholic high school, Brother Rice, apologized, and the uproar seemed to be dying down when the word spread through the city that an even worse incident between black and white had sent a child to the hospital fighting for his life. Leonard is still in a coma, his aunt Tallulah Black said today. It's going to be a long process for him to recover. Bust his ass. Bust his ass. I shouldn't even have to worry about that. Y'all been doing good so far. It's going to be a long process for him to recover. Leonard is going to have to be taught how to do everything all over again. He's moving his leg up and down, but the doctors say the movement is reaction to the pain from the beating. Now at least 3 protest marches through Bridgeport are being organized by different groups, political, religious, and civic leaders, from Mayor Richard M. Daley, racist, to Reverend Jesse Jackson, sellout, are pleading for calm. Again, so what do you see? So this was in 97. The people was ready to get out in the streets and put in some work. Okay? The people of Chicago had enough. They like 2 weeks ago, we had a basketball game, you calling us buckwheat. 2 weeks later, you beating a 13-year-old boy half to death with some ass kids. So to dissipate the energy, everybody tell us to calm down. Now I want y'all to hear. This was 97. I want y'all to hear how, like Professor Black Truth and Jason Black and Tariq a lot of times say, white supremacy plays from the same playbook. Watch this. Political, religious, and civic leaders from Mayor Richard M. Daley, what black person cared about him? Reverend Jesse Jackson are pleading for calm, and the Archdiocese of Chicago is promising to redouble its efforts to teach young tolerance. This was 23 years ago. No, 25 years ago. I'm sorry, my math was off. 25 years ago. I forgot it's 2022. 25 years ago. They are literally using the same talking points for the same problem. They're doing the same thing for the same problem. You see, they roll out some pork chop preacher. In this case, it was Jesse Jackson. This is why people started running afoul at Jesse Jackson. This is why Dr. Khaled would go at him. Because when the people was ready to turn up in the street, you bring these niggas out here to dissipate the energy. And you remember that was what got them chased the fuck out of Ferguson. Nobody was trying to deal with that shit anymore. 3 white teenagers have been arrested and charged with the attempted murder in Leonard's beating. They've been released on bond. 2 of the suspects, Frank Caruso, 18, Victor Jassus, 17, are students at De La Salle, another Catholic high school. And the third is an alma mater of Mayor Daley. Oh, and the alma mater of Mayor Daley. The third suspect, Michael Kwidzinski, 19, is a graduate of the same school. 25, JJ. A quote from a representative says, "We are deeply troubled that students from a Catholic high school are alleged to have been perpetrators of a hate crime." The Reverend Raymond E. Goddard, diocesan administrator, said in a prepared statement, occurring so soon after the disturbing racial incident involving students from Brother Rice High School. This tragedy requires the Archdiocese to redouble its efforts in our schools and parishes to confront racism. No, this is more reason why you Peckerwoods owe reparations. Not only for your years of involvement during the slave trade and during slavery, not only because your institutions were built off the sales of literal slaves and slave bonds, not only because your institution sanctioned slavery, but because your institution continued racism, segregation as late as up to the 70s. As going as far not to even have like black members in any of these fucking churches as leaders, but they could go every now and then, huh? They were literally black Catholics. I am from a black Catholic family, believe it or not. Literally, there are black Catholics. How do I know? On my mom's side, they were black Catholics. My father used to talk about, I could never understand that. Black Catholics. I said, Georgetown might owe me money, Dad. He started laughing. He said, probably do. What's up, Bert? So, Black Catholics existed, but they need to redouble on teaching. No, you need to kick out some of the reparations, Peckerwood. The suspects were all from Bridgeport, a place where black people have rarely felt comfortable after dark. Now, who in here from Illinois know about Bridgeport? Because this is what somebody was quoted as saying. Over the years, I've heard that people of color should be careful going to Bridgeport, but I never realized it was this bad. I never realized that a little boy couldn't ride his bike on a beautiful spring day without fearing for his life. So even back then, our folks was naive to the fact that these people had for 400 years had us in bondage, segregation with open hostility. Reagan even had open hostility. Bush had open hostility. But for some reason, they was even saying back then, I can't believe it's racism in 1997. I can't believe we came wide through a white neighborhood in 1997. I can't believe it. Oh, gee, but I can't believe it. I'm going to read you this story, though. We're going to go through this whole fucking story today. Bridgeport was home of former mayor Richard J. Daley, the city's legendary boss, and the city's legendary racist that had Fred Hampton killed. This the same motherfucker that had Fred Hampton killed. This is what the Chicago Klansman Tribune said about the racist, man, the former boss, but he was a racist who until a few years ago also called the neighborhood on Chicago's near South Side home. Mayor Daley went to visit Leonard at Cook County Hospital on Tuesday and condemned the child's attackers as thugs. Well, that's the truth. That's the one thing I will agree with is that the murderous, violent Peckerwood beasts were thugs. But lawyers for the three suspects said their clients were not involved in the brutal beating and that the media and the mayor have rushed to judgment because it's racially charged. So, of course, the Fox News alibi. We've had public officials condemning these kids without any evidence against, said Ed Jensen, who was representing Mr. Caruso. There is no lynch mentality going on here. It's always been one. According to police, Leonard and two friends were on their way home from playing basketball last Friday when the white teenagers attacked them, ramming Leonard's head into a brick wall and smothering him with a flurry of punches and kicks to the head. On the streets of Bridgeport today, several residents of the neighborhood expressed sympathy for Leonard and his family and sorrow that race continues to divide the city and country. It's a shame things like this happen, but that is the way it is, said Tony Hoskins, a baggage handler at O'Hare Airport. So it's a shame, but hey, Chicago is a racially segregated town. Bridgeport symbolizes that. In the last few years, many more Asian and Hispanic people have moved into the blue-collar neighborhood, accounting for about 40% of the population. But almost no blacks live in Bridgeport. Let me read that again. 1997. In the last few years, many more Asian and Hispanic people have moved to the blue-collar, white supremacist neighborhood of Bridgeport, accounting for 40% of the population. But almost no blacks live in Bridgeport, even though many shop in the stores during the day. It's not as bad as it was, said Mr. Hoskins, but there's definitely racial intolerance. How the fuck do he know if it was as bad as it was? Wouldn't that be only up to black people? And obviously it was bad as it was. Look, they got quote unquote minorities living right there. So obviously their problem isn't minorities. As long as those Hispanics and Asians subscribe to anti-black hate, they can join Team White Supremacy too. See, that's the thing. That's why I hate coons and bootlicks. You can never join Team White Supremacy. You could never join Team White Supremacy. Candace Owens is not on Team White Supremacy. She can't join them. She might be able to assist them, but you could never join Team White Supremacy. No matter how much cooning and buffooning you do. This is why I don't respect the coon. Rosemary Hootie, a retired cracker bookkeeper for a long time in Bridgeport, said she was embarrassed by the beating of Leonard. What happened to that kid was awful. Why you ain't stop these white boys? Why you ain't tell on them? Bridgeport is separated from its black neighbors. Now, Harvey talks about this all the time. By the freeway and a set of railroad tracks that they threw up right in the middle of what used to be a black community. That freeway and that railroad tracks used to be affluent black businesses. Sitting outside his Bridgeport home, Scott Host, 45, said he sees many more blacks walking through the neighborhood than in the past. There aren't as many black kids getting beat up as there used to be, he said. Yeah, because they said they on the south side. Some of them youngins GDs and BDs and VLs and Rukins and P-Stones and MCs. And that's why they ain't getting beat up. Reverend Al Sampson, a black minister from the far south side of Chicago, said he will lead a march through Bridgeport on Thursday evening to protest the beating of Mr. Sampson. Protest the beating. Mr. Sampson came to Chicago in '66 with Martin Luther King to combat segregated housing. And the white people chased their ass out of here. They chased them out of Chicago. Yeah, you marched through Bridge. He says we marched through Bridgeport 30 years ago. They shot a gun at Dr. King when he was there. That wasn't Mississippi. That was Chicago. Dr. King, oh shit, they bucking. Go look at some of the videos of Dr. King in Bridgeport. They was bucking. Can somebody get Harvey in here, man? I know they don't block him for saying he gonna see this later and he gonna cuss YouTube out. Anyway, let's keep reading this bullshit. We marched through Bridgeport 30 years ago. This town is still one of the most racist cities in the U.S. Well, that's true, Mr. Sampson. But by no means does Chicago have a monopoly on racial tension. Next month, the Nation of Islam is scheduled to march through the Philadelphia neighborhood of Grays Ferry to protest the beating of a black woman and her son by a group of whites. God damn. And New York City is still haunted by the ghost of Howard Beach and Yusef Hawkins, a black teenager shot dead with a candy bar in his hand because he made the mistake of looking for a used car in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, the WAP section. The WAP section. Today, as she continued her vigil at her son's side, Leonard's mother, Wanda McMurray, visited with Mr. Jackson, who was helping the family establish a medical fund at a local bank. Mrs. McMurray carried a plastic shopping bag full of get well cards and letters from people from across the city for her son, who she said liked playing basketball, riding his bike, and eating. This man called me today and said he was putting on a march for Leonard. I told him that was fine, just as long as it wasn't just blacks marching. I told him to get whites and blacks and Chinese and Mexicans together and then march. We're supposed to get along with one another. What happened to my son should be the whole city's business. See? This article appears in print March 27th, 1997, Section A, page 18, on the national edition with the headline, Chicago's Neighborhood Reveals an Ugly Side, in the Chicago Tribune. This was dated March 27th, 1997. Yeah, D-Mac. And that you spelt it wrong. It's W-O-P, without papers. That's what we used to call the Italians. It's a slur for Italians. You just learned something. Because obviously you didn't know what I was talking about. So now we see that Leonard Clark was beat in 1997. Yeah, without papers. Yeah. Yeah, that's what your brother's here for. I'm not just here to entertain y'all. I'm actually here to teach y'all something. So thank you. You're welcome. I'm glad I could be of service. And it's W-O-P. WAP. W-O-P, quest, without papers. Go watch. Rest in peace, Max Julian. Go watch the Mac and watch him call one of them Italians that. Watch him call them that. So now, so that was 97. Now we fast forward to 99. The LA Times. The beating case of Leonard Clark is a bizarre tale of mafiosi and a racial divide. What, Max was from our city and he moved out there? Well, Ronnie Ron, I tried to hit you back the other day, nigga, you ain't answer the phone. So look, now we fast forward to 99. Now we know that Leonard Clark got beat into a coma. And these 3 white boys supposed to be charged. Oh shit, what you out on the road, bro? You ain't man. You ain't home, is you? Is you on the road? Young ain't do no motherfucking roads. Young, I saw a Peapod truck like your old junk sliding down motherfucker the exit up at Oxon Hill yesterday, bruh. We motherfuckers who worked the 3 in the morning shift was stuck till 5 in the evening. Police couldn't get into there. EMS couldn't get in and nobody could get out. That shit was crazy yesterday. It's crazy out there. So let's see what happened with the Leonard Clark case. Because now I'm reading the article. You in Frederick? No. Bert was saying that they had motherfucking alerts. And they probably actually did their job up there. That's crazy. On the evening of, okay, we already know. On the evening of March 21st, 1997, 13-year-old black boy pedaled his bike beneath the Dan Ryan Expressway and across an invisible line that separates the largely black neighborhood of Bronzeville from the white neighborhood Bridgeport. For his transgression, keep in mind, bro, it's saying 3 white teens kicked Leonard Clark into a coma. Leonard Clark was 13. These boys were 17, 18, and one was about to be 20. 2 adults. If this was black kids that beat up a 13-year-old white kid. Nah, not Connecticut. This Bridgeport, Illinois, bro. We talk about Chicago area. Yeah, nah. That's why Ron went. Connecticut? No, not too many niggas in Bridgeport. You getting your ass whooped. Come on, Ronnie. Stop laughing now, Ron. Ron, you know damn well. Nigga, that's where y'all family from. Nigga, that's where, for those who don't know, that's where Michael Jai White is from. You getting fucked up in Bridgeport, don't go. No. Don't go to Bridgeport with all that old tough guy shit. You getting beat the fuck up. So, anyway. It's what it is. You're just getting beat the fuck up. Ron said, right. I'm about to say. These white boys, Ron about to, these the bravest white men in history. No. Yeah, for those who don't know, Bridgeport, Connecticut, mostly black. I know that. You get your ass whooped in Bridgeport. You shot too. Where you think Boo Boo Andre came from? When they said he was from Connecticut, I knew he was from Bridgeport. Why? My brother Ron. I said, oh, he from Bridgeport. They said, how you know he from Bridgeport? Nigga, Ron. Nigga, Ron whole family from Bridgeport. Everybody. And then whenever we meet somebody else black, Look, anytime we meet anybody else from Black, say they from Connecticut, Ron say Bridgeport, they go, yeah, how you know? My fat, about time, motherfucking Chicago fam getting the building. What's up, Stevie? No, so Bridgeport, Illinois is white. Bridgeport, Connecticut, you getting your ass whooped. So let's get it. So now, like I was saying, right now, if a white boy, a 13-year-old white boy got caught in Bridgeport, Connecticut by three black teenagers, I think Mahari got that motherfucking Alzheimer's. He be bringing up irrelevant niggas for nothing. Stop that shit. Don't do that no more. For real, that's annoying. Stop bringing up irrelevant niggas, man. Don't do that. Don't come here bringing them bitch ass niggas up. Stop that. That's just keeping little petty shit going. Come on, let it go. Anyway, I'm teaching you how to grow up. Let that shit go. It's done. What's done is done, man. Nigga, we on the bigger and better things and making money, man. We don't sit back and look at peons. I'm the type of nigga, after I drive past a homeless dude, I'm worried about the restaurant I'm going to, not the homeless man I drove by. Don't do that no more. I love you. Stop it. Now, look. So look, if three black kids had caught a white guy, 13 years old in Bridgeport, and these black kids were 17, 18, and 19, would the media be calling them teens? Would the media, first of all, we know they wouldn't get, if they beat a white kid, would they be calling them teens? What y'all think? Would they be grown ass men? So when Abel probably fried somebody in a motherfucking on a panel and shit, and he laughing about it, but Abel need to leave them jokers alone. Abel ain't got nothing to prove. Abel know more basketball. Abel forgot more basketball than a lot of them niggas know. And for real, Abel dumbing himself down even dealing with them. In my opinion. For real. For a youngin', Abel, one of the most knowledgeable youngins about basketball that I've talked to or listened to talk, especially for his age range. He just wasting his time talking to niggas he know more than. I'm going to give Abel the same advice my daddy gave me, man. Stop fucking with people you smarter than. People you know you smarter than. And you know ain't trying to get smarter. That's my dad always said, don't talk to nobody you smarter than and you know they not trying to get smarter. Yeah, leave that dumb ass. Keep channel talking about basketball, about sports, the way you see it. Because you do a great job, young. You do. That's what attracted me to your channel. Able be talking about sports. I'm like that. Nigga, you ain't even old enough to know this for real. Some of the shit you saying right, some of it is wrong because you just couldn't have seen it. But I'm not mad at you. Some of the shit you talking like this nigga 85 to 90% right most of the time. The 10% he off is shit because it's fed to you instead of you watching it. But anyway, we know if some black kids do anything after the age of 12 years old, you are an adult. I don't give a black kid jaywalk, grown man running across the street. Look how they treated Tamir Rice. You forget Tamir was 12, 13. Grown man, he's running around with guns and slapping women on the ass, calling them biatch. None of that happened. None of that happened. Anyway. The crime was brutal enough to make national headlines, but not unusual enough to keep it there. After all, the city's recent catalog of sensational crimes then included two older boys dropping a 5-year-old out a 14th floor window and an 11-year-old murder suspect executed by his own friends. No, y'all brought up Yummy. Y'all brought up what was going on in our neighborhood. But we knew, no, this was still a problem. But as the story of Leonard Clark slipped to the inside pages of local papers, right. But as the story of Leonard Clark slipped to the inside pages of the local papers, the case began to spin into a tale of bizarre by any standard. First, watch this, y'all. The key witness vanished. A second was shot to death. A third gave police a detailed account about the attack, but told a jury more than 125 times he forgot what happened. And the judge in the case was put under 24-hour guard after a mafia informant told the FBI there was a contract out on his life. Clark's main assailant was the son of a reputed mob boss. Now, remember when I talked about The Sopranos? Remember when I talked about Sopranos had an episode where they was talking about some hey, Italian Americans, we get a bad rap over here. Oh, they call us the mobsters and the Guidos and the spaghetti benders over here. Hey, we made a bunch of contributions over here. What about this gabagool over here? Well, what about you being a bunch of white supremacist, sausage smuggling cocksuckers over here? What about the fact that if it wasn't for black people, you wouldn't be able to come over here? Gabagool. That's why I be looking at this. Man, nigga, I'm like, Gotti. You know, Gotti called you a moulignon. This nigga made up a slur for you. Fuck him. Fuck them. I'm not like John Gotti. First of all, I'm gonna be like no nigga that goes to jail. Any nigga that was jailed, you know, was nefarious. Now, you know, if I'm gonna be Malcolm X, that's something different. Okay, yeah, he went to jail. Well, not really. Malcolm Little went to jail. They killed Malcolm. Malcolm X got out of jail. They locked Malcolm Little up. Malcolm X got out of jail. Yeah, okay, there we go, Ron. Ali. Thank you, Ron. Ali. I can't say Dr. King because we ain't never. He said, I'm Sicilian. Can I get a lifeline over here? Look, if you really Sicilian, look, go talk to them motherfuckers in your family and tell them stop being racist over there. Tell them to eat a gabagoo. Oh, Tell them I said they can eat a fucking gabagoo over there. Fuckers. We make pizza too. Y'all niggas hit the cash app. Shouts out to Bert. Bert, you don't got to hit the cash app. Nigga Bert came through, smoke with me. He bought a gift for me, bought some gifts for me and Jabari and shit. First of all y'all, thank y'all. I appreciate that. Y'all stop spoiling these badass kids. Jeff, fucking Jeff. That's right. What's up, Joe? Jeff? Man, I was talking. You related to the bananos? Yeah, the banana nose. Now let me tell you something, man. Look, look. Them and look. Fuck them, because I'm gonna tell you why. You tell them motherfuckers fuck them. Why they spend all their motherfucking life sitting up here? Black people have showed them reverence and love, even in their motherfucking racism towards us. We've always shown respect for their ability to organize and get it done. But they need to tell the truth. The only reason they did it because they got the gift of whiteness. It ain't the same. Because when we tried to build our own and try to do it independent of y'all motherfuckers, y'all bastards went and got white supremacists too, acting like straight up Klansmen and cops. We're gonna tell them the Moulinians they won't work with us. Yeah, probably because you call us Moulinians. Same motherfuckers that was going after us was going after y'all. But y'all end up joining with them and shit. Y'all end up joining with them. We ain't never joined with them. That's why I don't really respect none of these gangsters. If you're a gangster, why you ain't overthrow the oppressor? You just join right in with, well, if you can't beat them, join them. Let's kick on the mule and y'all shit. We knocking garlic bread out your ass. With that shit. We gonna knock garlic bread out your ass. You better stop playing. Anyway, along the way, the case has been punctuated by unlikely spectacles. Mafia figures socializing with black street gang members. I appreciate that. The prime defendant spending time with the daughter of a well-known black minister. So now we got the gangs betraying us, and of course the pork chop preacher. And then Clark mother, listen to this. Now we heard at the end of the last story, we smelt butter biscuits in the air when she said, a black man called me and said he wanna make a march for my son. I tell him no, not unless the white, the Chinese, the Mexican, everybody that was out there whooping the shit out your son. You want them marching with you? All these motherfuckers out here whooping the shit out your son. You want to march alongside of them? Yes, I did say rest in peace to Max Jr. Like my brother, born in D.C. and moved out the West, out there, out the Bay, just holding it down. I should call Twan Julian out there from there on. That's my brother, Twan Julian. Did he tell? Nigga, did he tell? And who did he tell on? Because we really don't know who got locked up other than Frank Lucas. If it's true that dirty cops went down, then no, he just told. A snitch is a nigga who was doing dirt with you, gets caught, and brings you down and everybody else down because he got caught. That's this. This is snitching. Me, you, and Ron rob a bank. Me and Ron get away. They catch you and you say, well, I was with Ron and you a snitch. You can't do that just because you got caught. That is, a lot of niggas got the snitch game fucked up. Snitching is when you get a bunch of niggas involved in some shit that you got into. All snitching is, basically what it is to not be a snitch, don't involve nobody else. Do your damn time. But if you telling on the cops, it, like when they say Al Sharpton the snitch, he snitched on the mafia. I just said, we just see the mafia is not our friends. Fuck the mafia. The mafia does nothing for us. The mafia in existence does what for black people? They caught the missus right. Thank you, Ron. And civilians ain't snitches. Your job is to make sure nobody else knows as a criminal. All this killing somebody, oh, they snitching. No, they ain't had nothing to do with it. They weren't supposed to know. Your shit was sloppy. You deserve to go to jail. You don't supposed to murder up the whole community because you was sloppy. Ain't nobody supposed to know. You, before you make a move like that, you supposed to already have, look, there's going to be witnesses out here. I need to put a mask on. A witness ain't a snitch. A lady playing with her daughter and you go up and do some fuck shit, she tell on your dumb ass. That's what's supposed to happen. You supposed to have it in your mind that what you doing is wrong. You supposed to have it in your mind already. Hey, this ain't no acceptable shit. This ain't acceptable for real. Y'all niggas got the game fucked up, and that's what's fucking our community up. For real, we get to say, you can't snitch. You just saw a little kid get raped. I ain't no snitch. What? I ain't no snitch. But you didn't do nothing about it. But I ain't no snitch. Right. Right. That's the truth, Ron. The biggest snitch out there, if you gonna do some dirt, leave your phone at home. Because your phone the biggest snitch on around. If you haven't been watching any of these, thank you, Ron, for I almost forgot that on that motherfucking TV show. Young, they be pinging the cell phone. Right? It says you went to the 7-Eleven right here. And we see you right there, the Mountain Dew. Says you were at the gas station over there on Walgreen Avenue. There you go. There are your tennis shoes. In case you don't know, it's just everywhere cameraed up. Everywhere is cameraed up, if you didn't know. That's why I say, like, they not solving it because they don't want to solve it. But let's finish. Let's finish with Leonard Clark. Or you will go get him. I'm gonna try to go get him first. I ain't gonna lie, Dale. I'm gonna get, if it's one of mine and I'm there, that's not gonna happen. We gonna get you first. But if we find out, we gonna try to come get you before the police even know. Thank you, Ron. 9 times out of 10 here, we don't want the police to get your ass. We want to get your ass. Because police not going to do you the way we going to do you. And I don't always mean death neither. Sometimes we know a motherfucker, an ass whooping close to death is better than any years that the police can give you. When you lumped up in that motherfucking hospital for a few months, you know you got a chance to reflect and recollect. When the doctors try to put your shit back together, you starting to think, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. So, see? See, Dale? But remember, like I said at the last story, that lady was asking for everybody to march for her son. And they said now the case done made a turn because Clark's mother is pleading for leniency for the attackers, even as her son was relearning to walk. I've been reading this story since I listened to Harvey's video on New Year's. And it is getting downright disgusting. This is from 97. Now, this is 1999. The case is going on. And this boy, 2 years later, is learning how to walk again. And instead of his mother saying these crackers need to go to jail for beating my son, right. So his mother was pleading for leniency for the attacker, even as her son was relearning to walk. You know, Mahari? Mahari? Huh? Huh? Mahari? Ron? Bert? Dark skin bro? You in a coma. You just learned how to walk. You learning, they teaching you how to walk again. And your mother outside talking, please don't send them to jail. Oh Lord, no, don't do them like that, please, Lord. While initially uniting this racially divided city, this case has further stressed relations between racial communities and within them. It has confounded the judicial system, stumped law enforcement, and tried nearly everyone's sense of justice. The story ends on the south side of Chicago, where the teens beat up the boy. Brownsville is a largely poor, remnant of the once thriving neighborhood laid low by drugs, gangs, and despair. Bridgeport is a gritty middle-class community of Italian, Irish, and Polish descendants. Home to Mayor Richard Daley, political family, and it's also the center of mob activity. Racial tension between the neighborhoods stretches back generations, but until the beating begun to ease. Clark wasn't thinking about all that while riding his bike. He was thinking about his tire. It was low on air. A gas station in Bronzeville offered air for 25 cents. One in Bridgeport had air free. Clark and his two friends headed for the free air, the police said. At the time, 18-year-old Frankie Caruso. Over here, I'm Frankie Caruso, whose father's a longtime boss in the mob crew that oversees Bridgeport, according to federal court documents and local authorities, was headed to a party with several friends. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of them, Caruso said, according to his friends' police statements say. They shouldn't be in this neighborhood. Caruso and his two buddies took after the boys. Clark's friends escaped, but Caruso knocked Clark from his bike. The attackers chased the crying Clark into an alley where they slammed his head against a wall and kicked him into a coma. Then to say after the talking, everybody clams up. Let me see. Get back to this joint. I hate when they act stupid. So it turns out oh yeah, I like when. Don't you love it when? Don't you love it when all of a sudden yeah, I'm about to say all of a sudden my connection just to that froze. Keep in mind I got the same service for my phone, so now I'm gonna switch to my internet to see if that do it. See? That's okay though. They don't want you to know that shit. So look, so you fast forward to 2000. You find out that Leonard Clark mom is on the forgiveness train. Now look, after the talking, everybody clams up. Several witnesses told police that Caruso, Victor Jasas, and Michael Kwasinski all bragged about the beating. But only two people saw the attack that left Clark in a coma for 2 weeks and caused the brain injuries from which he only recently has recovered. One was a neighbor who could not identify the assailants. The other, prosecutors said, was Caruso's friend, Richard DeSantis. DeSantis, police learned, was also the son of a reputed mob figure. Caruso's friends gave police statements 2 days after the beating. It was all the information prosecutors would get. In a case like this, somebody's dad talks to you and somebody's lawyer talks to you. And pretty soon everybody clams up, said Wayne Johnson, Chicago Crime Commission, a nonprofit group that keeps tabs on the local mob. Caruso, Jassis, and Kwasinski were each indicted on 2 counts of committing a hate crime and 1 count of attempted murder and aggravated battery. The trials were set to begin in April 98 when DeSantis disappeared. So Daniel LaCallo postponed proceedings while federal agents looked for DeSantis. Meanwhile, the prosecution's second key witness was busy enjoying his summer vacation. On May 15th, Michael Cutler went out with some friends and shortly after midnight pulled up to a curb on Chicago's west side to drop them off. As they left the car, 2 men approached Cutler, announced the robbery, and shot him once in the chest. Thank you, Ron. So hold up. One of the assailants has mob ties, is family related to a mob crew member. One witness disappears. The other witness just chilling and gets shot in a robbery. Police said the slaying appears to be unrelated to the beating. Really? Others, including the judge, prosecutors, and Cook County state attorneys, have expressed doubt. Oh, really? Noting that the gunman did not rob Cutler's friends, but took the time to pull a relatively inexpensive class ring from his finger. A traditional way mob hitmen prove they've gotten their target. With the prosecution case teetering, the Caruso family mounted a public relations campaign. Frank Toots Caruso Sr. preached racial tolerance on the cable TV. Let's get Toots out there. Toots preach some racial talk. All right, be good with the Moulignans. So little Frankie can get off. I love you, Moulignans. So that's what Frankie Toots did. And he preached racial tolerance on local cable TV programs. He and his wife Sherry began attending black churches and making appearances with African American ministers. Okay, this is sickening. I just said, wow. Especially the influential Reverend Herbert B. Martin, an advisor to the late Chicago Mayor Harold Washington and former director of the Southside branch of the End Niggas Always Ass Kissing White People. The niggas always ass kissing Caucasian people. NAACP. That's what it. Niggas always ass kissing Caucasian people. That's what NAACP stands for. Chicago Magazine published a story headlined Frankie and ZZ, detailing a budding relationship between Frank Caruso, who was out on bond, and Martin's teenage daughter. So now what they done is bond the boy out and then hooked him up with a pork chop preacher's daughter. So Bronzeville's residents were incensed that prominent African Americans were socializing with Caruso and accused Martin and other black leaders of taking mafia payouts. Ron, we can't say that was Al Sharpton. Know why? Al Sharpton snitched and got the mafia put away. Look, Al Sharpton went undercover for the government to get the mafia put away because they was trying to extort black musicians. A lot of people don't know that. One time they tried to put it out that Al Sharpton was a rat, and black people was like, he snitched on y'all. That don't count. This shit this guy did was even worse than what Sharpton just take, that Peckerwood money. Yes, White Daddy. Y'all calm down. White Daddy gave me a check. But this motherfucker took mob money and gave him his daughter. This son of a bitch. The Lord said, forgive and give this good racist Italian gangster that's murdering people. My daughter, it's clear that he is not racist, even though he was beating that poor black boy, calling him a nigga. I'll let him fuck my daughter, though. How much are you going to give me for this, Mr. Caruso? I'd like to introduce my congregation to Frankie Toots Caruso. Hey, how you Moolignans doing? All right, it's good to see all you Moolies love the Lord now. If to the collection plate back there, that's my guy, Carmine. You either put in the plate and Carmine will bless you with good knees. Carmine's gonna bless you with good knees. Put it over there. Thank you, Reverend Martin. You're one of the good ones. Smack the old nigga on the cheek. You're one of the good ones. Listen to this. There's not one scintilla of truth to that, said the Reverend, riding around in a Rolls Royce, who added that he had known the Carusos for decades. You known them for decades. I felt that the best thing I could do was bring people from both sides to a church to begin the healing. The elder Caruso did not return requests for comments because he ain't want to do no lying with a straight face. On September 10th, with police in heightened alert, Frankie Caruso went on trial. One witness was dead, one witness was missing, and a third, Tom Simpson, told the jury more than 125 times he didn't recall what happened. What the fuck? Now it is clear that the mob done got to every witness This case is dirty beyond. Even the judge had to be hidden because I don't remember. I don't remember. Caruso was still convicted of aggravated battery and committing a hate crime. He was acquitted of the attempted murder. On October 15th, Locallo sentenced him to 8 years in prison. But without DeSantis' testimony, prosecutors felt that they might lose the case against the other two. Ironically, the disappearances and conspiracy of silence helped the other two and didn't help Caruso. If that's what they were supposed to do, prosecutors say. So prosecutors gave a plea bargain to the other two. His friends pleaded guilty to battery and got 300 hours of community service and probation. The following day, Leonard Clark's mother, Wanda McMurray, joined the Caruso's parents at Martin's church and suggested to reporters that the Caruso sentence might have been too harsh. Your son was beaten into a coma. He could barely walk. The father killed one witness, disappeared another one, and threatened another one. So he could only get 8 years. All the boy got was 8 years. He should have got more than that. The other two did no time. And you gonna say as a mother who claims to love their son, that no, that was too much time. And this bitch went out here smelling the butter biscuit saying, prosecutors has been acting like it was all his faults. And that's not true. He never pleaded guilty, but the other two guys pleaded, saying that they did it. The threats against Locallo began 2 days. The threats against the judge began 2 days before a hearing in which Caruso's attorney would ask that his prison time be reduced. It came in the form of a phone call from a Caruso supporter. He said, "Oh, if you could find it in your heart to reduce the sentence, that will show everybody that you're a compassionate judge," Locallo recalled. "And frankly, if not, I fear for your safety." At the hearing, the Caruso family was joined in its plea for leniency by Martin Clark's mother and Wallace Gator Bradley, an ex-gangster Disciple Street member who was then running for a seat on Chicago's Board of Aldermen. "Mr. Bradley, what were you doing?" "What's up?" When the judge denied their request, the gallery erupted. Within days, law enforcement said Caruso backers, including some blacks, organized an unsuccessful campaign to unseat the judge. On November 20th, 7 months after he disappeared, DeSantis turned himself in. His attorney, James Catrone, would say only that he had been coerced by police into implicating his friends. Judge is warned of a contract of his life, and with that, a case that initially it seemed as simple as it was senseless finally appeared to be calming down until two men in dark suits knocked on Locallo's door in January, who were FBI. They had come to pass on a bit of advice. The judge should get some bodyguards. A mob informant had suggested a contract was out on his life. Frank Caruso Sr. vehemently denied any knowledge of the threat. Right. Because you sit there and say, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And some longtime mob watchers say the alleged contract didn't seem to be the work of any serious mobster, that whacking a judge would be bad for business. In the words of one law enforcement official, after 3 weeks, the watch was lifted. Let's just say that the FBI visited some people and said a hit wouldn't be such a good idea, Locallo explained. More than 2 years after the beating, Clark and his mother have moved to a slightly more integrated Chicago neighborhood. He wants to be a rap star. Caruso is in prison. Josias and Krasinski are on probation. Legally, the only loose end in this case is against DeSantis, who face felony charges, fleeing to avoid testifying. Socially, the loose ends are many, and the expressway has perhaps never seemed wider. I really haven't seen an issue that divided the community more, said Melody Span Cooper, general manager of WVON Radio, which caters to black listeners. It's all heartbreaking. So, the case of Leonard Clark was the case of such many other parents who just sold their kids out. So you mean to tell me you mean to tell me you mean to tell me my mother, so you telling me my mother, I go right when I'm 13. Some racist white kids beat the shit out of me. I'm in a coma. I gotta learn to walk. My mother called for everybody to march together. Then say forgive the motherfuckers that beat me so bad I gotta learn how to walk. Beat me so bad I wanna be a rap star. Nigga, what the see, that's how I know they gave him brain damage. They beat this nigga into thinking he could be motherfucker. Who? What rapper was you gonna be? Then your mother pleads for leniency. A man is murdered. Two motherfuckers don't go to jail. One does. Your mother says that the one who went to jail went too long. A judge gets threatened. And then you think it couldn't get worse, right? You think it couldn't get worse? Y'all think it couldn't get worse? Hey, man, y'all, y'all see my phone case all messed up? Cause I fucked it up dropping my phone after reading. I dropped my damn phone. What? Leonard Clark and attackers reportedly now friends. Nearly 3 years, no, only 3 years after he was beaten into a coma by a group of Bridgeport area youth, Leonard Clark has struck an unlikely friendship with one of them. According to representatives of the attacker's family, he has visited Frank Caruso twice in prison, where Caruso is serving an 8-year sentence for beating him up. And Clark has befriended Caruso's family as well. Caruso's father has helped Clark learn to drive, taught him to ride a horse, and helped him with his studies, says Edward Jensen, an attorney who represented Caruso during his criminal trial. The families are close, Jensen said. They meet, they help each other, they meet for dinner. News about the relationship has struck a sour chord among members of the black community and law enforcement. They speculate the reported reconciliation is in an attempt to rehabilitate Caruso's image, shave time off his sentence, and protect them from retaliation in prison by gang members. But why is he being friends with him now, Ron? Clark is being used and his mother is being used, says Chicago PD Detective Stan Turner, the lead investigator on the case. The reconciliation to me is garbage. Trying to get him out. It's an insult to everyone who worked on this case. For the first time, I agree with a goddamn cop. Yeah, but no. When I was 16, you can't force me to go with nothing. Ma, what type of buck dancing you doing? This man almost beat me to death. Come on, I'm gonna take you to ride a horse. And if you don't go, I'll leave a head in your bed. What? Come on, my little nigga. Gonna teach you how to ride a horse. And if you don't, I'll leave one in your mom's bed sheets. that will think you're hunting. Go run out there. You're the one we're hunting. Ron, this story disgusted me. I'm like, really? This all it take to buy us the fuck off? Really? That is sad. I said, what the fuck did I just read? I said, oh, I just read the blueprint to every other family. They have did that to. They giving everybody the Leonard Clark treatment now. Pay the niggas off, take them ride a horse, teach them how to drive. That's all. Ain't this a bitch? The government get right, Rob. This nigga Rob said, what the hell type of rapper is he talking about? Ross, what type of rapper is he talking about? How bad the cops whooped his ass, how bad he got his ass whooped? What do you rap? You go, we know he ain't drilled. They beat this nigga so bad he gonna be a drill rapper. But he talking about what the ops did to him. Yeah, 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 the ops slammed me down, beat me to sleep, stomp me half to death, learn how to speak. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bitch ass ops, yeah. My ops ain't bitches. My ops ain't bitches. My ops ain't nigga, that's wrong. He talking good about the ops. Shit. The ops hit harder than a motherfucker. I said the ops hit hard. What? What the fuck? If Leonard Clark is still in Chicago, y'all niggas better not talk to this nigga. 225, thank you. Why nobody never talk about the part where God said an eye for an eye and gouge the eye out? Fuck no. They ain't gonna put them on nothing that they respect. Get this motherfucker out of here. MC got my ass whooped. What the fuck is this? No one wants to listen to you. Most white people want to be scared of their rappers, not knowing they could whoop the shit out of them. That shit ain't gonna work. Most white people want to be scared of the rapper. Yeah. Leonard, that's not gonna work. They want to be terrible. Even look, they tried to make Common a thug when Obama was president. Leonard Clark, Slim. I read this story. I said, I got to read this to y'all because y'all are not going to even catch. The twist going to piss y'all off. And then when you realize that that's what a lot of these families are doing, you be like, well, why they ain't? Oh, no, Lord, let's forgive you. Oh, you on that Leonard Clark shit. Sound like, look, who they sound like? Stavante Clark. Y'all miss me. Y'all love me. Ron just going up to that joke. What the fuck type of rapping is he doing? This nigga talk about he gonna be a rapper. I ain't scared of you. My mom gonna say forgive the niggas after they smoke me. The mom gonna forgive me right after I get smoked. My mom gonna forgive you right after I get smoked. My mom gonna forgive you right after I get smoked. That's the song he gonna sing. What? My mom gonna forgive you right after I get smoked. My mom gonna pray for you, especially if I get whooped. My mom. I had this. I had a man beat me within an inch of my life, so I prayed he had a long. I prayed he had kids and a pretty ass wife. Yeah, that's how I'm rolling. That's how I'm rolling. That's how I'm rolling. Got beat up bad, put up in a coma, shitting out a bag. Don't know if I'm gonna make it to the next day. So I pray that the man who did it have a big old mansion and a Benz in the house and a yacht and TV while I'm fucked up. While I'm fucked up using me a bag to pee. See, I'm praying for my enemy to have it better while I don't. While my knee get hurt according to the weather. No, no, no. You're not going to be a rapper. You're not. No, we don't want to hear those bars. I can't even do it. I can't even freestyle no shit like that because it's ridiculous. I don't even know how to make up some shit that sounds that pathetic. I can't make that up off the top of my head. That's just not my makeup. Yeah, frenemies. Leonard Ron is retarded. Hey, hey, look, his album gonna be called Hug It Out, y'all. It's gonna be yeah, yeah. This could be the album cover. Hug It Out. That's gonna be the album cover. That's gonna be that nigga's album cover. That's gonna be the album cover. Yeah, I am disgusted. Is that gonna be the album cover? See, this is why Jason Black and them say we do not talk about these niggas depending on what happens to the family, how the family reacts. We do not react to all. We are not supposed to be outraged with all white supremacy until we see how the family talking. Now that we operate under this new code, because I'm not speaking out for you until your family come out and say white supremacy, racism needs to end and black people need to have reparations and this. If your family ain't talking right, I can't throw my support behind you because I can't. Whoever supported them, they feel like fools. And this why in Chicago, now you got some people that's like, man, fuck, I'm gonna be all pro black for when the family gonna sell out. What I'm gonna go put my ass on the line for the family gonna sell out. You got old ass GDs jumping up there. Oh no, Frankie Boy's a good man. This nigga done put every string in place. Nah. And what did he do for our community in return? Nothing. It's a way you could have did that where you wouldn't even look that bad. Now, if you had Frank Caruso build them motherfucking parks and ungentrifying neighborhoods and opening up black businesses, asking, hey man, can you forgive me? I'm gonna put my money, I'm gonna redistribute some of this illegal wealth. I'm gonna stop running rackets and drugs over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all have a piece of the action. You know what I'm saying? And then you still ain't supposed to be out there asking for no forgiveness. And we gonna tell them no. Yeah, we gonna do all that, but your son gonna do 8 years. He gonna have to do 8. Which mean nah, cause this shit ain't gonna be tolerated. And them other 2, they gotta go to jail. Bring DeSantis back. What? Yeah, look, them other 2 gotta go to jail. He gotta go to jail. You gotta put some money in the community. You got either that or we just throw the whole book at you. You threaten the judge, you do all this crazy shit. We implicate you in all of that shit. And not only do you go to jail, not only do he go to jail, but then you go to jail. And I'm quite sure your outfit will rather kill you and get rid of you than expose everything because you didn't want your stupid ass son to go to jail. That's the type of hardball I would have played. I'm like, nah, see, this is the black community. And I'd have got right with the nation. And I'm like, yeah, you got a mob, but I got a nation. So you could fuck with me, but we could fuck with you too. I'm like, look, this how it's gonna work. Your son gonna do 8 years. Cause beating up little black kids cause they black, nah. They going to jail too. They gonna do 4 years for being fuck boys. You gonna put money in the black community and you gonna stop all these little side hustling ventures that you using up inside the community. That's off limits now. This community is off limits. Since we can't even go through your neighborhood, we're gonna make it so we don't need your fucking neighborhood. Okay? So you can keep your hands out of this. Either that or we're gonna barbecue this little motherfucker and these other 2 little bastards and all that shit you trying to kill a judge and all that and all the witnesses. We gonna implicate you. We gonna implicate you. And by the time it's over, it's gonna start talking so much about the mob that's trying to stay hidden, and it's gonna be all because of the noise you making, sir. And I know pretty soon it's gonna just be more affordable for you to die than all of the business come under siege. So it's up to you. Oh yeah, you could kill me, but everybody know we had this meet. Have a good day, sir. That's it. You go tell your son, hey, look, what you did was fucked up, what you did was wrong, and they try and make examples out of people. We can't fuck with these people. But the mother sitting there cooning and buck dancing and pole mouthing and dry mouthing, if you can go straight to the mother with some money, if Frank Caruso go straight, hey, I'm Frankie C over here. I'm Toots Caruso. Here you go, mama. I didn't mean it. I don't know these kids. You know how these kids are. They're kids. Oh, yes, Mr. Frankie. Oh, you don't. You know, I've never been over here in Bridgeport. Oh, sure. Come on over. I'll let you have dinner. My wife will cook you something. We'll cook you nice Italian peppers and sausage. I know you Moulignans eat the pork. Cook your nice peppers and sausage, Italian salad sausage, little Italian gravy over here. Man, that is tomato sauce. That's not gravy, nigga. Anyway. That's just hilarious to me. Anyway, all that old bullshit, man. That's why, that's why Jason Black and them talk about the economic side, because we're supposed to be able to financially take care of our people. It's not supposed to be that easy to come to us. Yeah, he might have more money, but if you got everything you need and able to get some of what you want, you able to tell some people go fuck themselves. Like, yeah, that's nice what you got, but what I have ain't bad. Now, if you ain't got shit and people got more than enough and they give you access to that, man, some people just gonna sell out regardless. It's the other people who understand that, hey, if you got faith in yourself, you can make that. Then it's people like me who got faith in themselves, but also understand that, man, really, everything has its place in life. Everything has its place in life. And if that ain't meant, that ain't meant. That shit ain't what makes, you know what I'm saying, the fabric of a person. At the end of the day, is, what you willing to do for that, what you willing to sacrifice, and what you willing to compromise. And sometimes some people just compromising shit is hard. Compromising shit that you really believe and stand on is hard. I don't know. Me personally, I can't do it. I feel like, I be letting people down. So, you can't buy me, is what I'm saying. Because I would feel a certain way. It's like certain shit you can't say to me. I'm going to have to react a certain way because nah. It can't happen like that. It can't. Anything can happen but that. Ron know what I'm talking about. A lot of y'all know what I'm talking about. So, Leonard Clark is a story that I think we all should know and learn and take lessons from. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be so easily accessible by other groups. Other groups shouldn't be able to just know after they violate us that they can go around us and try that same old Let me talk to the reverend. And look what he did. He grabbed some old nigga that was supposed to be a gangster disciple. Larry Hoover would have slapped the shit out. Hey, if Larry Hoover would have slapped the shit out of that man. Larry Hoover would have jap slapped his ass. You coon ass nigga. Fuck is wrong with you? Fuck is wrong with you? Larry Hoover would have whooped the shit out of him. No. I'm sorry. I don't believe Larry Hoover would have. Larry Hoover knew nothing about this. Don't be blaming the gangster disciples for this nigga being a coon. This nigga had nothing. No. 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 This nigga was a coon. Oh, the gangster disciple. No, that wasn't the gangster disciple. Wasn't nobody with his coon ass condoning that shit. Wasn't nobody with his coon ass condoning that. Y'all try to put that on the gangster disciple. That bucking your eyes shit. Stop bucking your eyes, y'all. Y'all stop bucking them eyes. Put that shit on the gangster disciple. LA Times, that's fucked up. They like they try to say like it would. Y'all don't be saying nothing bad when Whack 100 be bucking his eye. Shit. I don't say nothing when the Whack 100 guy buck his eyes every now and then. Because when he was talking to that rat, I was extremely disappointed. That's just the thing. As a regular ass man, I'm like, did this nigga just, is he giving Tekashi 6ix9ine relevancy? Nigga, no. Not you. You done said a lot of shit I disagree with. That's neither here nor there. A lot of people do that. But damn, that shit you doing, hold on. Nigga, you said something negative about Pop, but then you talking good to a snitch? Come on, man. You talk bad about Pop, but then you say good things about a snitch? Come on, man. And rest in peace to Notorious Big, because they just act like nobody cares who killed him. Rest in peace, Notorious Big. They act like nobody cares who killed him. He's dead. They just say R.I.P. Big Papa is no, that's not cool. I don't know. We don't know what happened. We finally know what happened with Tupac because niggas stop saying that dumb shit. No, he's in Cuba. He's in Russia. Ron remember that shit. DC, we the ones I think started that rumor. Ron remember that shit. You gotta be from here. DC started the Tupac is in Cuba shit. Yeah. You gotta listen to the music. Yeah, yeah, Whack 100. Cause Whack 100 one. If you really think about it, Whack 100 is kind of the new Suge Knight without so much of a you know, Whack don't have many I'm trying to figure out how to put it. Cause it's not a bad thing what I want to say. Whack doesn't have the he might have because I guess his gang ties gives him the street cred without having to have such of a criminal element to him, I guess. That's what I mean. He's been able to maintain the entertainment side without investing too much of a criminal element into it. And that's what I applaud about Whack 100. I do give him credit for that. That's what I like about Whack 100. Now, that's one thing. You can tell he's still a street cat, but you know he's still an industry cat at the same time. Meaning that when I look at Whack 100, I don't see a nigga with like, because some of these niggas, there's just 1 foot in the street and 1 foot in the studio. But no, I think Whack is more like in tune with the streets. Where like he used to be out there, but now that he's more into the entertainment realm, he's out making entertainment connections. He might have been. I don't know. I didn't see. Might have been. Makes sense. A lot of them former cops. Most of death row was former gang banging cops. 225. Let me let you in on a little secret. Like Chicago and something like Chicago. Everybody is damn near in some kind of gang. It's just what it is when you in the neighborhood. You affiliated with some type of set, regardless. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat room. You affiliated with some type of gang or set just based on where you are geographically. Am I lying? Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. Yeah, whether you active or not, whether you claiming or not, your neighborhood puts you basically a part of a set. Even if you ain't a gangbanger, 50% of your friends are gonna be gangbangers. It's what it is. 50% of your friends gonna be bangers. And that shootings and drive-bys, I mean they on the block. And if they on the block, unlike it's not like where we are in the East Coast of Baltimore. You don't have to be in the set. We just know you. And you out here, you ain't gonna be getting no money and hustling with us unless you part of this gang. And you gotta have your flag represent. So you'll have niggas from this side and that side. And from what I hear in California music is parks. You hang out at the park and you serve your shit and niggas sets be at parks. So what it could be so like many cops that was working, especially the black ones, they're gang affiliated, if not gang members, former gang members, and then just went to work for the police force. He ride through, that cop was from Englewood. That nigga might not have been part of some blood. Oh, that motherfucker was out there from Watts. That nigga, he lit up in Kelly Park. He's a Crip. Right. He ate Trey. He this, he that. They all up in the motherfucking guy. They all up in the motherfucking PD. Bang. So yeah, he could be a cop. But him being a cop and a gang member at the same time, that's really not hard to believe. Most of the niggas Suge employed was ex or current black cops. I told you the dude Frank Liger killed that worked for Suge Knight that was dating Suge Knight's wife. Frank Liger, that white cop, killed another black cop. A white undercover cop killed, and he swear that he pulled a gun on me. But no, that cracker killed him because he could get away with it. The man knew he was a police officer. And if he had gotten to any funk, why would he just go popping off at a white dude for no reason? The only person left to tell the tale was Frank Liger, and we know Frank Liger was a racist. Jasmine Kyanek, the one that got me on that. Yeah, Jasmine Kyanek. She got me on that case, Frank Liger, when I first got on YouTube. And I just started looking up corrupt cops. It's the type of shit I do. Anyway, man, it was a pleasure kicking it with y'all doing this evening, man. Ron A, I'm about to call you in a few minutes, fool. See what the hell's going on. You out Frederick. Man, it's good kicking it with y'all. Birdo, good to see you and blow one with you. I know you feeling good because I'm feeling good. Everybody's feeling good. 225 girl, what's up, love? What's up? Shouts to everybody, man. Much love. LVC, I'm about to get out of this motherfucker. I'm about to turn it over to Torian and them like Westbrook. Peace, Leonard. Leonard, I'm ready to turn it over to everybody else like Westbrook.